Yep.
Hello.
It was like when I put in the earplug, it sounded like you were snoring. How are you?
Great. How are you?
Tired as fudge.
I think we're live. There's only one way to find out if we are or not.
We shouldn't be, because if you see on the screen, streaming continues shortly.
I can confirm, by the way, we are live, so everything we are saying is being broadcast to the nation and to the world.
Oops.
Well, before the action starts, I want to know, how clearly can you hear me?
Perfect. And you?
Well, my microphone is so far away.
I hear you perfect. It sounds like you're like 2 inches from the microphone.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, I'm going to use this then. Fantastic.
Yeah, it's perfect. Oh, man, I'm starting to get nervous.
So we'll explain now to those of you who keen beans who have joined before, and then we'll explain a little bit later on as well. I've been going on Excel and doing a little bit of maths, and I've worked out quite a couple of permutations. Christopher informed me that the first 2 players ranked on the order of merit will qualify for Ali Pali this year.
Correct.
Now, if you win the event, you get 1,200 points. If you're the runner-up, you get 600. 2 losing semi-finalists get 300. 4 losing quarterfinalists get 200. 8 losing last 16 players get 125. And 16 last 32 players, losers, get 50. Now, only Darius Labanauskas, Daniel Larsson, or Marco Cantele can mathematically top the group or come second. Next in line is Kim Viljanen and Maras Rasmus. They have not got enough points and will not be going to Ali Pali on this order of merit. They might be able to win through a PDPA qualifier, but not on this order. And Maras, for example, has his tour card. So that's that. Labanauskas wins the event. He has done it. He has got enough points, obviously, and that's that. Darius reaches the final, and the final is not against Daniel. He also tops the table. So as long as Daniel doesn't make the final and Darius wins, that's it. If Daniel wins the event, however you look at it, Daniel will top the table. As it stands, Daniel and Darius are going to Ali Pali, but Daniel's in second place. Daniel will top the table as it stands. If they both reach the final, as in Daniel and Marco, and Darius doesn't reach the semi-finals,
we can say a crazy evening, because there's so many different angles which people will go to the Ali Pali.
It's crazy because it's only 3 people that could go. But yeah, there's so many different things. If Daniel and Marco reach the final and Darius doesn't go to the semis, they both qualify.
But Marco and Daniel can't go both to the finals, because they would be play against in an eventual semi-final.
If Marco wins the tournament, Daniel will not qualify.
Exactly. But like you said, if Marco and Daniel made it to the final, then maybe Darius would be out. But that's not possible, because Daniel and Marco will play in the semis against each other.
Daniel and Marco will play in the semis?
Yeah.
So if Marco were to win that, you would start sweating?
Pretty much.
There is an overwhelming likelihood, in my opinion, that it is Darius and Daniel who are the top 2 now. Darius is top of the table with 4,550 points. Daniel is second with 4,225. Marco has 3,650. So Marco needs to win the event or come second.
And Daniel don't get any money.
But that's it. That is it. Win or second, or Marco is out. So if Marco doesn't reach the final, the top 2 are decided.
And of course, I'm for Sweden, so I have to say my heart is beating a little bit extra for Daniel, of course.
I want to know if Marco knows exactly what he needs.
I think it's more, to be honest, I think it's a bigger chance that Daniel knows than Marco knows.
Well, Daniel needn't worry because Daniel is nearly definitely in. All he needs to do is play his game, get as many points as he can, that's it, and hope that Marco doesn't win.
Imagine if they play the semi-finals and play against each other.
That would be so exciting.
Yeah. And to be honest, I'm not telling anybody player to do this, but I would do this if I had the opportunity. If I say would be Marco and play the final, I would say to my opponent, I give you my money if you let me win. I don't say you should do that, but
it's actually against the rules of darts.
Yeah. I'm not telling anybody out there to go there, but I can promise you some people have thought about this.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's probably been done before. I mean, you take a look at Ulang, for instance.
Yeah.
I am completely and utterly devastated, if I'm honest with you. Devastated. And the reason I'm so annoyed is that sort of behaviour. I mean, I know you're not actually taking it seriously. I'm talking about Ulang from Thailand.
Crazy.
That sort of behaviour makes me think, how much of this is not convincing and is not as it seems? And it just also makes you question everything.
Yeah. And I remember, actually, because I put money on that game. I remember this 3-4 years
so you were part of the problem?
I was part of the problem. Unfortunately for me, I put money on Ulang. And I remember, this looked fine. And then he started to play crazy, deciding a leg. He started to look like 26 and 24s or something, 41s. I was like, what the fudge are you doing? Man, stop doing it. I want to win money. And now, a couple of years later.
At the end.
Yeah,
it makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah. So I was wondering, shall I contact my booking company? It's like, you know what? I want my money back.
I wonder if they'd give it to you back.
I don't have a clue.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Anyway, it looks like it is Lewandowski and Hansen to start the proceedings. I haven't actually got details. Have you got the bracket on Dark Connect? Because I haven't.
I'm trying to get it on, but right now at the moment it's not working.
No, so they're probably working on the bracket.
Yeah. It's not available yet. So, and I have to say to the whole Icelandic Dart Association, they have done a fantastic job. They have the Dart Connect, they have the stream. Fantastic job have done Friday, Saturday, and hopefully same tomorrow. So all the credit to Matthias Fredriksson and the other from the Icelandic Dart Association, because they're doing a fantastic job.
They do indeed, and Lewandowski is doing a fantastic job at starting off there. I think they've made everyone feel very, very welcome. And yeah, this is proper darts, and it's been a pleasure to be a part of. It's not over yet. There's still another event tomorrow. But yeah, you're absolutely spot on. They've done themselves extremely proud as Lewandowski looks to take 1-3-7.
And I have a question about me and Robbie would discuss this. I think it was yesterday. If you can find out anybody out there have played in a PDC arranged tournament, marked a PDC arranged tournament, be the caller, and commentate on them. If you can find that person, please put it up here, because I want to know if I'm the only one.
Just don't tell Matty, because he could be that. As Lewandowski, by the way, hits double tops to take the early lead. Yes, I was thinking about that. Matty has commentated, but it wasn't a PDC event.
Exactly.
Commentated with me. So don't tell Matty, because he could take that from you.
He could take my job.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Surely Paul Nicholson. Surely.
But have he been a caller?
Surely he's called in a PDC event of some capacity. He must have done.
If somebody knows, put it up here.
Irving King.
John Part. Mark Webster.
John Part, Mark Webster.
Could be a few.
Russ Bray. Has he ever played? I don't think so.
Don't know. And we go back.
Mark Durbridge.
Ed Bristow. No, he can't be the caller. Nobody would understand him.
No,
No,
Eric. You mean Eric?
Yeah, Eric Bristow.
I'll try to do the voice, but I can't.
Never disrespect the late Eric Bristow. Fantastic player, fantastic character, and we wouldn't be here if it wouldn't be for him.
He certainly wasn't. I was in where was I? Budapest in Hungary at the time. His death. I was watching the darts, and I got a little bit teary, and I'll never forget. I got a picture with him, and he was a character. He said to me, I said, Eric, any chance I got a photo? He said, He goes, please photo. I said, sorry. He said, please photo. So I said, yeah, sure, here you go.
Yes, I mean, great character. I remember we have a legend here in Sweden called Stefan Lord. He was actually the first player over the seas that won News of the World in 1978, and he won the tournament 2 years later, also in 1980. And he liked to speak about these legends, and he always say Eric Bristow was a fun guy.
Yes, he was indeed, and very sad for him to be taken from us. But we also remember the happy memories as well.
Exactly. And like we've seen, unfortunately, I would say this tournament is about 3 players. Because we all know that Darius Labanauskas, Daniel Larsson, and Marko Kantele are the 3 players this tournament is about.
But I'm very interested in seeing what Matas Rasmus has to offer.
Yeah. The thing is, unfortunately for Matas, he played fantastic this weekend, but he haven't done it earlier. If he would play the whole tour of the PDC MB like this, I would.
He would have walked it.
Yeah, he would be number 1. He played fantastic, and I mean, we see him play fantastic dart, and we have seen a couple of players doing this weekends like Kim Viljanen, Darius Labanauskas, and maybe now Matas Rasmus. The thing is, actually, we are speaking too soon because this is just a European qualifier. It's tomorrow. That's a tournament that we decide anything. Sorry, we have speaking too soon. So right now, I would say me and Rob feel pretty stupid, but to say like this, we have done this for so many hours, so we mixed up our tournaments, and this is a European qualification, and tomorrow, of course.
That's why I can't find the bracket.
Exactly. That's why. We're so sorry for both of us.
Well, I don't really think anyone noticed, to be completely honest, because what we're saying is still true, but in the completely wrong event. So
that's tomorrow. Let's do the bracket.
Euro Tour qualifiers, right? View brackets. Okay, we're back on. This is the third and final.
So let's see if we have.
Rasmus is playing
fun
Arting. Arting, by the way, is from the Faroe Islands.
Yeah, and in top 8, he can play Daniel Larsson or Dennis Nilsson. So that's a very tough. The top of the draw are very tough.
Well, so guess who's playing Dennis Nilsson again?
No way. Jan, third time. This is okay. But, Robin, look at the top draw. Matas Rasmus, Daniel Larsson, Dennis Nilsson, Magnus Carries, and Marko Kantele. That's a top draw.
Oh, boy.
And then you have, on the bottom, not disrespectful, but I think the top is way tougher than the bottom, because on the bottom is Darius Labanauskas, Ulf Ceder, and Dennis Lindsköld. And Dennis Lindsköld, and Kåre Decker. Dennis Lindsköld qualified a couple of years ago to the Ali Pally, so he's a good player, but the top draw, that's hard, man. Matas, Dennis, Daniel, Kim, Magnus, Marko. Man.
An awful lot going on in anybody's game.
Yeah.
This is why this might be a little bit more exciting than PT 10 tomorrow, because obviously, as you alluded to, it's kind of like a 3-man show in a way.
Yeah.
Whereas here, if you have one good run, if you need Jan McIntosh and you have a good run, you could win. And you could play on European tour. That would be good.
Imagine a guy from Faroe Island play.
That would be outstanding. As Niels Heinzel has just won his first leg.
The thing is also here, I think many of these players are pretty tired right now. They play a long tournament during the day. They played 2 tournaments yesterday, and this is the second tournament today. So it's many tournaments just on one weekend.
And they've had a little break between the first event and this one here.
Yeah, and we've seen Madars and Kim Viljanen being qualified to 2 of these tournaments. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, they're in Germany. I think, if I heard it right, the third one would be in Munich.
Third one's Munich, second Leverkusen.
Yeah, exactly. And first one?
I think the first one's Leverkusen, second one's Hildesheim. Something like that.
Yeah.
They're all in Germany, and they're all in, is it March or April next year?
It should be something like that. And I remember Magnus Carus qualified to one of these this year, and he was so happy because he qualified for one, and it was in Gibraltar.
The Gibraltar Darts Trophy.
Yeah.
Didn't Jamie Lewis win that once or make the final?
I think so, but the best game I have seen on Gibraltar 2 years ago, Micah van Gerwen against Dyson Parody.
Oh, I remember that. Parody was doing amazingly.
That was a very funny game. Much fun for the fans. Not so fun for Michael, though, but he won in the end.
He won, and Parody got fined as well.
I did?
Yeah, for unsportsmanlike conduct. If you want to see that one, you look on YouTube under the Michael Van Gogh Dyson Parody incident. Treble 19. Oh, well, has he gone double 19 there, or was that just a slip?
I think so. I think he got safe. For at least give himself one dart.
Yeah.
And not to jump up in ahead of us, but actually, Madas Rasma is down 2-1 to Uni Arting at the moment.
Faroe Islands, imagine.
Imagine that's upset. I think Madas is a little bit tired. Nothing disrespectful against Uni, but at the moment, Madas have an average on 74.
We've got Magnus Carus. Oh, he's beating my man, Carl Helgi Jonsson. Or as I call him, Helgi. No, there is an Icelandic darts player whose first name genuinely is Helgi.
Yeah?
Yeah. Labanauskas, by the way, winning that last leg and starting this leg in style.
180.
Yeah, much more style than a 180.
Imagine if we could see a chance on another 9-darter. Robin missed it yesterday, unfortunately for him, when Kim Viljanen missed the treble 18 for double 18. He did the John Lowe route, treble 17, treble 18, double 18. And he actually missed one earlier this year in Gothenburg on double 18. So
I was doing a little bit of maths with my dad, and I was saying, you probably know this because you're, you know all the scores. But what are the only ways you can start in a double-in tournament? What are the only doubles you can use if you want to get a 9-darter?
Should be 160.
Well, I'm saying the actual doubles. So not
doubles.
The actual doubles.
Bullseye.
Yep.
Double 20.
Yep.
Double 17.
Yep. And I think that's it.
Yeah, I think that's it. And if people say, yeah, but the double 19, no, because then you have a 3 in the end, and a couple of dots later, you can't leave a checkout. And that's why if you go 17, for example, you're starting up with, for example, 154. And then you have 300 and, 47, 180, yeah. So you have 3 doubles.
Well, it's Levanauskas who is really putting his foot down in this game, and it may well be over before we know it, as he's looking for another big score, and he gets a relatively big score as well. Karis 4-0 up against my main man, Helgi. Rasmus taking the lead against Arting.
Yeah, I don't think we were seen upset, and we actually saw also, if you find this clip on YouTube, it's pretty funny. It was Adrian Lewis against Michael Smith in the Grand Prix, and Michael missed the 8th dart for a 9-darter. And he was so mad at himself. He started jumping around on the stage, and he was so mad at himself.
I was looking the other day at when Gary Anderson was playing Adrian Lewis, and Anderson was annoyed at something, and then his turn to throw, and he scored 140, but he forgot he had to start on a double. Yeah,
I've seen that also. Classic. Justin Pipe did the same.
It does happen every few years.
But I have to ask you, we discussed this in Sweden, me and some of our friends. We see so many 9-darters, we see so many big scores, we see so many average of over 100. Do you think that we should change something, make the trebles and doubles smaller, or increase the stance from the board or something like that? Because sometimes it's just ridiculous.
No, not at all. It is what it is. We see lots, but we don't see loads. And the reason we don't see loads is because it is still a very difficult sport to play well.
Yeah. I would say, I would love to see you know this champion choice board? Do you know what it is?
Is that the one which just triples or just doubles?
No, it's a board. The trebles and the doubles are like half the size. It's a practice board.
Oh, I think I've seen it.
Yeah. I would love to see a tournament on that kind of board.
That would be interesting. My friend was asking me what other things could they possibly do. So you've got double in. What else could you do? And there's not too much.
Exactly. But if you Google champion choice board, it's a practice board you don't use in a tournament. It's just to get better on treble and doubles and the bull because it's a smaller area. But if you look at that, I would love to see like Van Gerwen, Gary, Michael Smith, Rob Cross, and these kind of players play on that board because love to see what would the average be on that board.
And I think the opposite of that would be the darts live or the soft tip board.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same, but vice versa, as you say.
Niels pulled another leg back. And we continue. Tell me, Christopher, without cheating, what is the only country which is eligible for the PDC Nordic and Baltic Tour where they've had no participants?
Greenland.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
Yes, gotcha.
Okay, that's not the only one then, but Greenland is one of them.
Åland.
Where?
It's an island between Sweden and Finland. It's part of the Finland, but it's a country.
Oh, hang on. Would Greenland be a country, though? I don't think it would, because it's Denmark, isn't it?
It's exactly the same as the Faroe Islands. Exactly the same.
Yeah, but who owns the Faroe Islands?
Denmark.
Oh, okay, then. So you're saying there's no such thing as a Faroese passport?
Yeah, it is, but it's under, like, the Danish parliament or something like that.
Yeah, but in Greenland, there is no passport.
Okay. I'm not sure then. Which
there
country?
We go. Do you want me to give you the answer?
No, because I guess it's actually one of my countries where my beloved grandmother was from, Estonia.
That's correct. Estonia. We haven't had an event in Estonia, which might be why.
Exactly. So I think I have to change my citizenship. Maybe I could play for Estonia.
Yeah. You could be the best Estonian going.
So we would lovely to see. I mean, Faroe Island here on Iceland. Hopefully next year we see someone from Estonia. But I've spoken with mothers about this. It's only mothers and daughters. And I know Lithuania have another great player. I mean, Daugas. I know he's watching this.
Madars isn't Lithuanian for a start.
No, I mean, we have Lithuanian with Darius, and they have another Lithuanian. Is Mindaugas, also very. Unfortunately, he's done some surgery now. 1 week earlier, 1 week before the Euro Cup, he done some surgery on his arm.
So there's been 4 Latvians and 3 Lithuanians.
Yeah,
in the
but the
whole of
standard.
the system.
So if we see the standard, of course, the top 2 players in this country are without any doubts Darius and Mothers.
Yeah.
And fun fact about Mothers also, because he's had his tour card now for 2 years. And when he got his tour card, because if people out there know how they work in the Q school, the top 4 players in the qualification day get the tour card. And Mothers didn't get his tour card due to the Order of Merit, also because some of the Order of Merit players get the tour. And last day, the last game, he need Paul Nicholson to win the tournament for him to get a tour card. The last game, the last tournament, what happened? Paul Nicholson won. Mothers were in the last spot of Order of Merit, and he got his tour card.
Paul Nicholson won it outright, and he was top of the table, so he would have won it anyway.
Yeah.
So that's impressive. And I think that was the year that John Part played Kirk Shepherd.
Oof.
In a World Championship final rerun.
Yeah.
Most unusual. Treble 20 for double 19 for Labanauskas.
Treble 80 for double 12. Double 12 for the match. Yeah.
And he's got it. No big dramas, no big issues. Labanauskas is through to the next round, where he hopes to secure a place in Euro Tour number 3 in Munich.
Yeah.
I think Munich's probably the nicest one, isn't it? I'd like to go to Munich.
Never been there. So I can't say anything. I've been to Frankfurt auf Main. I've been to, not to darts, because my uncle and his family lived there before, so that's the only reason I've been there.
I was just trying to work out if I have stayed in Munich. For my job, I go to lots and lots of hotels. I was in a German hotel a few weeks ago, and yes, it was Munich. I'll tell you why it was Munich. Because on the flight back, I was just standing there, obviously in my uniform. Yeah. I get a tap on the shoulder. I turn around. It's my best friend from school is on that flight.
No way.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like we'd only just like messaged each other like a week before. So of all the people, it was him.
That's amazing when that happened.
Indeed. Anyway, we'll be back with you very, very shortly for the next PDC Euro Tour qualifier. It is Darius Labanauskas who has won through this one and will be playing Bogi Hansen Isaacson, who I believe is also from the Faroe Islands. Vitor Charua, he has got a bye. Marco Candele has a bye. Magnus Carris won 6-zip against Carl Helge Jonsson, and Carris will face Kim Viljanen in the second round. So Jan McIntosh is up next on this streaming board against Dennis Nilsson. And when Christopher realizes that Dennis Nilsson is going to be on this board, I'm sure he's going to be a happy bunny. Well, I'm assuming Christopher's back, and I think you're going to be excited when you see who's playing.
Woohoo! But last time we see these two players play, Jan won. So
if Jan wins today, I want to interview him, and the first question is going to be, Jan, what is the country of your passport?
that would be a great one. Or Jan, not to be rude, but who are you? Stevie Tiger Lions. Yeah, I've been privileged to grow up abroad very many times, but Robbie is working as a flight attendant, so that's pretty logic that he flies a lot. And like we said before here also, if you have any questions, any suggestion or anything else, put it up in the chat and I will answer as soon as I can. And of course, you see on the bottom right on the screen, you see subscribe on our YouTube channel. And it would mean a lot for us if you can do that, because we also have a lottery. When we receive 500 subscribers, we will have a lottery, and the winner would get Mark Webster's signed darts. So please subscribe on YouTube, and hopefully you will win. And something I like that you people out there doing, please put up in the chat where you're from. We see people all over the world, from Africa, South, North America, Australia, Asia, all over the world. Unfortunately, not on talking yet. I'm still waiting for a penguin to shut it up. But if you please put up where you're from, and we'll be glad to see. I see, according to the names, I see some people from Lithuania, Iceland, I guess Denmark, Sweden, Norway. So please put it up. We see some national team players from Denmark, former national team player Nikolaj Rasmussen. We see different players all over here. Put it up on Facebook. So please, that's where you're from. Always fun. I will start to write it down, so I will have a scrapbook or something where we can put up where everybody from. And we see Jan Wonderbull, so he will have a serve against Dennis. This is the third European Tour qualification this weekend, or yesterday was 2 and 1 right now. And the funny part, these two have played against each other the third time now. The first game, Dennis won 6-4. The second game, Jan won 6-5. So let's see now. If you say best of 3, this will be the starting game. And I also know before this tournament, Dennis told me he really wanted to play someone from the Faroe Island because he haven't played anyone from that island yet. But yesterday, I'm not sure he still wished that one, because Jan played very well when he got the chances, bagged the doubles. So let's see what's happening here. We see Dennis start with 100 and 140. And if you can take a break in the first serve, that's always nice to do. Sorry for that. If you heard it, there was some alarm in the background. That 26 is not good at all. Of course, we know 26 is not good, but you know, when he's under pressure, you have to serve in the first leg, and you are 100 points after your opponent. You're never satisfied with a 26. And we see Dennis answer that 26 with a 98, leaving on 120 when it's coming back. Yes, you said that's correct. Jan is from the Faroe Islands, and this is actually the third time he played against Dennis this weekend. They played in the first two European Tour qualification rounds, and now here. And we see Dennis throw a straight 60, so we'll leave him on 60 when it's coming back. I did some research of Jan. I went to his Facebook just to watch it. And he currently lives in Denmark, so he have very good practice opportunities against very good players from Denmark. And we see Dennis banging double 10 for the first leg and an 18 daughter. We saw at least two big trebles there from Dennis. We didn't see what the other dot went, so 140, 180, 121, 123, something like that. And we can't see the score at the moment, so it was 121 from Dennis. Nice kickoff. Yes, Christian, I agree. It's always great to see new faces. And yesterday he beat Dennis in a great 6-5 display. So it's always fun to see new players from the Faroe Island, now we're on Iceland. So we see many new faces. And hopefully also, I know you're very talented. So hopefully we will see you on this tour next year. So we saw Dennis kick off with a 121, 180, 100. She's now on 11 daughter. We have seen a couple of 11 daughters this weekend. We see Daniel Larson missed a 10 daughter on double 14. So we know the standard on this tournament are very good. So let's see, treble 20, 4, double 20, big 5, 95, treble 19, treble 20. Leaves him on 56 when he's coming back. So let's see, we'll go 16 or 20 and low, like both double 20 and double 18. So treble 16 for the double 4, 8 left. Banging in the corner. And also remember, if you want to follow the other games we are on right now, going to tv.dotconnect.com, click on PDC, and you can see current events, and you see the PDC NB qualifications. So you just click in, and you see other tournaments. If you want to see the statistics, just click in. If you want to see any games right now with the great players of Maras Rasma, Darslav Nauskas, Daniel Larsen, Margot Kantele, and so on, just click in and you will see all the players' statistics. I think that Dennis in the first two games underestimated Jan, and so he put an extra gear on right now. So he's pushing the dart really much right now. So he's over 94 on average after two darts, and it's currently on 107 average in this leg. So let's see if he can continue hitting that big treble. And Jan, he's playing over 70 most of his games when it comes to the averages. So he's not turning up like he had before. Annika Johnson, thank you for updating us. He lives on Faroe Island. He lives in Torshavn. And a big 20 to leave 40. So let's see here. Yeah, treble 19 for the double six. Treble 19 for the bullseye. That should be a good marker. Push it unfortunately, so 104. Beautiful last one, leaving on bullseye. So that's pushing out for Dennis. Double 20. Double 10. He's already hitting this. Should be a good marker for him. I'm not sure if that's it or not. Let's see if Dennis goes to the hockey. It was in. So 3-0 for Dennis. And we know this player, Dennis, is currently on a very good form. We haven't seen him play his best starts on the PDC MB circuit this year, but he's playing on the Challenger Tour. The top two players there on their order of merit will have a tour card, and Dennis is currently ranked number 5. He won one of these tournaments this year. He have done a 9 darter, so we know that he's a very talented dart player. And I would love to see Jan coming to more of this tournament next year because he's very talented, play very good dart, and it's fun to see players we haven't seen before because normally we see these players all the time. But now we see a new player, and they've done a very good job.
And he's impressed us all as well.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop scaring me like that, please.
Boo.
Yeah, he's played fantastic. I mean, we have seen some upsets. I always say Egid went to the quarterfinal. Jan made it to the top 16 and top 8. So played very good. And also, we have to say this about Dennis Nilsson. If it's not something very weird will happen, we will see Dennis Nilsson and Madars Rasmus in the UK Open next year in March. So let's see here for 64 for Dennis, treble 16, treble 8.
That leaves one at the double.
16 for double 16. And Robbie?
Yes, hello.
You know, we talk a little bit smack sometimes when we commentate this. And we have actually one viewer here. We say congratulations to Beatrice Olausson because because you know when people put something on Facebook, it's true. So otherwise, she get married, or her husband had proposed to her. So, congrats.
Many congrats.
So let's see, Jan for 170, treble 20, single 17, and double 20. Unlucky. So let's see.
You obviously weren't paying any attention.
No, the thing is, because actually I missed it last time, because I get a glitch. I get a glitch.
No, Dennis hit double 16 to take a firm grip on this game.
So that I got a glitch, and I see the score was still standing on 117 and 32. So I got a glitch.
Fair enough. Yeah, so Dennis could well do a 6-0 job here. I mean, yeah, we'll be hoping that isn't the case.
Yeah, we have seen how Dennis played before when he played against Jan. We pretty much evenly games, but now he put it in an extra gear, and play very well right now. The average is almost 25 points difference. So Dennis played very good right now.
Yeah, Jan hasn't quite been playing to the standard he has been playing across yesterday.
And here's also something Dennis have to learn when he plays against the big players. 306 go on 19s, 302 go on 18s. And why you have to do that? Because if you hit a single, you can still hit 2 big trebles and leave yourself on a checkout. For example, if you have 306 and hit a single 20, 286, 120 from there, you can't leave a checkout. And like here, 265, go 2 darts on 20, 2 singles, you can't check it out.
Well, this could be Jan's first leg of the match. And he'll hope he gets it as well.
And Robbie,
Yes.
This is dart related. We have talked about Daniel Larsson. He won the Eurocup team events. We have another team member, Edwin Torbjörnsson, who won all his games in the final against the Netherlands. Welcome to the stream, Edwin, and congrats to European Cup gold in team events. Jazz on 68. Let's see, Dennis, for treble 20, treble 20, treble 20 for double 14.
Not quite. I've just seen something very, very exciting.
Tell me.
Over on board number 2 in probably the first round of this tournament, Peter Gudmundsson is playing Halli Eilson.
No. Not in the first round.
In the first round. I'm gutted, but glad that it's quite exciting that we see them play each other. But gutted that one of them has got to go so early. Also glad that one of them will be progressing.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, Dennis misses 2 darts at tops. Opens up the door for Jan, who would love to put a leg on the board. He hasn't been whitewashed, I don't think, over the last couple of days. Double 5. No.
And like I say, I know Dennis Nilsson loves double 10, so I would put money. Double 20.
That shut you up.
I'm missing score. I'm too tired for this. Sorry, guys. I'm glad I'm not working for like the BBC or something like that, because I would get fired. So final up, Dennis keep his serve. We see a whitewash, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's the first whitewash on the streaming board.
You might be right there, actually. Well, it's not a whitewash yet.
No, it's not. You see, Jana played. We know he can do. He can take a leg. He can nick a leg and then serve. So don't go into conclusions yet. But how this game has developed, it's looked like Dennis will keep his serve for a 6-0 win.
The people through to the next round. Ulf Seder beats Dennis Lindskjold. Is Dennis Swedish?
Dennis is from Denmark.
That's what I meant. Jorgen Hansen has beaten Ivan Paulsen. Darius Labanauskas, as we know, beaten Niels Heinzel. Magnus Karris continues his good form in a 6-0 thumping of Carl Helgi Jonsson. And Madas Rasmar. The Faroese man, Uni Arting, has given it his very best, 6-4. Radar's only averaging 81 and a bit. But Radar's does tend to get better as things go along. Here we see a near whitewash. Peter Gudmundsson leads Halli 3-1 up. Halli, by the way, I don't know if you read, was on fire earlier.
Yeah.
Like, it was such stupid checkouts. 81, 100 pluses galore. 12 darters galore. Oh, he was on fire. Runathor Arneson is beating Alex Duassen 2-1. 2 Icelanders there, so another Icelander will make it through. And Roland Lengren, Mados Rasmus 1-1. Bogi Isaacson from the Faroe Islands, and Darius Labanauskas 1-1 as well.
And Raymond, I think this may be someone you know, Robbie. His first name is Raymond, and his last name is L-O-K, Lock, or something like that. He says, hello, Robbie and other street casters. Hope you all having a nice evening. I have a fantastic evening in lovely Sweden, watching great darts from Iceland. I can't complain.
Thank you, Raymond. I'm having a lovely evening as well. I'm actually missing the PDC the World Grand Prix. And talking of missing, Nilsson has not missed his double and pins double 5 to take the first stream whitewash.
So 6-0. And Mados Rasmus currently is down 2-1 against Roland Lengren, but we know all can happen.
Anything can happen.
Yeah, it's darts. And Peter is currently 4-1 up against Hully.
I'm gutted. I mean, I'm glad that we're going to get to see one of them in the next round. I really hope one of them's on the streaming board.
Yeah.
I'm gutted that they've got to face each other. We see these two week in, week out play each other. Peter hasn't started particularly well in this leg. 26, 26, and 28.
That's not so good.
81 though, this visit. So,
and this is why I love Dart Connect. If somebody out there know the person that developed Dart Connect, they should get a prize or something, some sport award for this. This is amazing.
It's good. It's very good. And I just love the fact that, I mean, what did they do before? I mean, we use Darts for Windows here, which is quite good. White is always good. But just the fact you could track everything, even just looking at the brackets, the live brackets, very, very useful.
Yeah, this is just amazing. Because, for right now, I'm watching Darius' game. He's currently on double 16. He missed double 16. So now Bogi, Hansen, Isaacson have the chance on double 18. And now I go in watching Roland against Mados and see Roland is on 84 for a 3-1 lead. I mean, I can look every game.
By the way, for those of you wondering, the next game we will be seeing is this man, Kim Viljanen, against Magnus Carris.
That could be it will be a great game.
It's certainly, this is going to be quality.
Yeah. And they have pretty similar darts, both of them, straight stems. I tried them both. And for me, I liked Magnus better because of how it was. It's like Magnus starts more bold and Kim's more straight up. So and we talk about legends in dart. We talk about Eric Bristol before. Magnus Carris, 30 years ago, played in the Euro Cup double finals. 30 years ago. 24 years ago, he played in the semis of Lakeside. He's a true legend to the game.
Yes, an old timer. By old, I don't mean in age, I mean in darting years.
Exactly. And imagine, he played, like we said, 30 years ago, he played in the Euro Cup doubles final, and he's not even 50. So Magnus played for a long, long time, but he's turning 50 now in November. True legend to the game. And true gentleman.
Reminds me of when I interviewed Alex Roy. I've mentioned him a couple of times. Why have I mentioned him? Because he's got the shortest name in darts, shorter than Ulf Seder.
Yep.
And I said, pioneer of the PDC, Alex? He said, I wouldn't go that far, but I'd certainly say old timer. He's not that old. He's not 50. He's
no.
25-ish. He's from down the road from me in Watford. And
let's see.
Ex-PDC World Championship regular. He was tour card old. He was well up there.
Yeah.
Was Alex Roy. It's a great guy, good to interview. Still takes his darts seriously. He still
He's
goes in for the UK
44.
Open. Okay, 44, so he's a baby.
Yeah.
And he's got a really young face as well.
Yeah.
He goes in for the UK Open every year. He's good friends with John Scott, who also goes in for the UK Open.
Oh, Robbie, listen to this. We have a final in the PDC Southeast qualification here in Europe. It's a final between two players. The winner will get to Ali Pali. And the players are Robbie John Rodriguez and Rusty Jake Rodriguez.
No way!
We have a game between two brothers.
No.
Two brothers, and the winner will go to Ali Pali.
Is this happening now?
I don't know. Dodgers put it up 4 hours ago. This is just amazing. Robbie John against Rusty Jake, and the winner will get to Ali Pali.
I want Rusty Jake to win. I've never seen him play.
He's talented. He's amazing. He's amazing. But imagine, I mean, we have seen Steve West and Tony West before, two of the best players we have seen are brothers. But this time, two brothers against each other to go to the World Championship.
So, okay, my trivia question to you on the back of that is this. Can you name all four Rodriguez brothers?
Four? Are they four?
There's four of them.
Oh, that seems well when I need you. I can only say four. Is Robbie John, Rusty Jake, and Rusty Jake.
Robbie John, Rusty Jake, and Rusty Jake. That's
Rusty James. Now, what is this?
Yeah.
Something like that. Everybody's RJ. And when you say there are four brothers...
Robbie John.
Yeah.
Roxy James.
Yeah, and Rusty Jake.
Rusty Jake.
And RJ.
Richie James. Richie George, sorry.
No, you're kidding me. His name is Richie George.
Yeah, Richie George.
J. With a J.
Like Jorge.
Okay. No, so there will be a final between two brothers to go to Ali Pali. I would guess we don't see any Christmas presents.
Kevin Burness, by the way. He won on Kirby Memorial Irish Match Play Championship today. And the Southeast Europe qualifier, by the way, has been decided.
Okay.
Dave Allen announced it on the PDC website today. It was the headline says Rodriguez seals World Championship place.
Oh, smart.
Which one? Robbie John Rodriguez has secured a place to William Hill World Championship at the expense of his brother Rusty Jake. The Austrian siblings won through to the final on Saturday's South and East Europe qualifier in Zurich, with the former Youth World Championship finalists claiming victory.
Imagine to play your brother for that game.
Do you remember when the Hybrids played each other in the first round?
We have seen a couple of brothers. Okay, trivia on this one. I think you know this one. We have
By the way,
brothers.
Kim Bilyani hitting in a lovely 1080. Sorry, carry on.
Say two siblings that play at the Lakeside same year, but they were brother and sister.
177 to follow Viljanen's 180. Well, Harris taken a long time to retrieve his darts. Brother and sister. Was it recent?
Maybe 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh, I don't think I'll know. Is it a big name, big woman name?
Nope, not so big, but she's been in Lakeside twice, I think.
And that's
beautiful check out for minus 62.
Oh, it's not Fallon Sherrick and her twin sister because they're two girls and her twin sister doesn't play darts.
Exactly. So let's see if you know this one. One brother, one sister. And the brother got a little famous after his game. It was a pretty famous drop, we can say.
Who won it in this year? Do you know?
Lakeside this year.
No,
That
no,
year?
who won it in the year you're talking about? Yeah.
Not sure, to be honest. But like I said, the name were Rashna and Rune David from Norway.
Oh, okay.
And the drop I'm talking about is when Rune played against Wesley Harms. He threw the dart, but it didn't reach the board. And Frank from Netherlands, I chatted with him many times. And actually, when a Russian do something good, I always call it the curry power because they have an Indian background. And now Frank wrote to me, curry power. Always curry power when they do something good.
Was this the year they played? Was that the year brother and sister also played? That the year he missed the board?
Yep.
Yeah, that was years ago.
Like 4 or 5 years ago.
Nah, it was more than that.
No. Give me a second.
6 years ago, if you're including 2019. 2013 it was. Nearly 6 years ago.
Oh, okay. I'd say 4 or 5.
Yeah, and it wasn't 4 or 5, was it?
Yeah, it's 5.
Double 10. Oh, Kim Viljonen!
Yeah, 5 years ago.
Fair enough.
Plus a couple of months.
It's plus a couple of months, more like 10, but anyway.
Eh.
It is
Ish.
1-1, courtesy of Kiljanen's lovely fun 40 on double 10.
And we see both these players have won tournaments on the PDC MB circuit. They have both won qualification to the European tours. So we have seen these playing well. And I like to get back to the game. Roland Lengen and Maras Rasma. Roland led 4-1, missed darts on 60 for a 5-1 lead. And now the score is 4-3 to Roland. So it's a very tough game.
Meanwhile, Peter Rudrik Gudmundsson leads Hallie 5-3. Hallie needs 138. Gudmundsson back on 152. So Hallie may take this to make it 5-4. And Karis may fill this to make it 180. No, he won't.
140.
140.
Have you heard? They asked Rusbury how he gets his voice.
I have.
Smoky.
I've asked him.
Yeah?
And he would have shot 180 there for Kim Viljonen.
Yeah, but the fun about it, I heard an interview with him. They asked, "Did you smoke? Did you drink whiskey?" And it's like that. And it's like, no. You know, when guys get into puberty, some stuff drops. For me, it was the voice.
What's the voice?
It was the voice. And if you like to meet Russ Bray, I would love to because I love to be a caller. I recommend you to get to Czech Open. He'll always get there. It's a regular BDO tournament, so you can play and you can talk to him.
And I've got a picture with Russ Bray, which I'm going to find and send to you.
I'm not jealous at all. 48 for Magnus, single 16, single 8 for double 20. He really wants to hit that to get a break. And if you look at the average right now, Robert, it's just crazy. Of course, it's only after 2 legs, but 118 versus 115. And Kim banging out 3 darts at 36. Single 18, single 2, double 8.
That is impressive averages. Have a look at that. 111 versus 108.
Yeah.
Yes, it's early days, but still even after 3.
Yeah, watching Winmo earlier today. It was a crazy game between Wayne Warren from Wales and Michael Unterbuchner from Germany. I think they have an average of like 105. And Kamarsky got 171. And I started to dislike Rob a little more because he just sent me a picture with him and Raspberry. Not like you. But like we see here, Robert, the standard is really fantastic. When we see the top players in the Baltic countries, it's just amazing.
It certainly is. And for those of you who are missing the World Grand Prix for this, such as me and Christopher, we thank you very much. I inadvertently, by the way, found out who the finalists were because everyone kept telling me. I hadn't even seen the semis yet, but I'll watch the final after this, and then.
Yeah, same here. But what I heard, the game between Menser and Peter Wright were crazy.
Oh, yeah, I heard that Menser had walks all over the game and he still lost.
Yeah, I heard it was
Sorry
like
if I spoiled that for anyone.
Spoiling alert. I heard it was 3-0 up and lost 4-3. Let's see if minus. I think he got treble 20. He don't need go. Played a safe shot. But he will be under pressure. 100 scored, look like 115 for Kim if he's coming back. 68 for Magnus. Moscow 13. Treble 4, it looked like, so 41 left. 51, sorry. So let's see. Kim, treble 19 treble 20. Treble 19, treble 20 for double 18. Bang. First start, double 20 for Magnus. So 2-2. And for our Icelandic fan, Peter and Halle is a deciding leg at the moment. 5-5 is the score. Halle had a serve in the deciding leg. Beautiful last one, Magnus. You saw he single one, disappointed with that one, single 20, and then banging in the treble. Beautiful last one for Kim. 80, 137.
Who's going to win this one?
It's a coin toss, I would say. I would say Kim is the favorite because he just have the serve. So Kim is on 130, treble 20 or treble 19. Six leaves him on 94.
And sorry to interrupt this, but we have to go over to Gudmundsson Ayelson, where the game is 5 apiece. Gudmundsson with 80 left, and the darts. Halle with 4 left, and has thrown. And it is so Halle, obviously, with Gudmundsson is now throwing for 80, and this would be for a break and the win from, well, and he's missed it. He's only scored 40, so it's 20 tops, above tops, we assume. So Halle there, 3 clear darts at double 2 to knock out fellow Icelander, fellow live darts Iceland legend, Peter Gudmundsson, remembering that Halle was well behind. And he's missed it as well as he's in the madhouse. So surely Peter Gudmundsson will take out tops and walk away into the second round.
And we have also on another board, Maris Rasmus Rodeling is currently 5-5. Maris missed a couple of darts to win the game 6-4. He had a serve in the deciding leg. Started up with a 100.
That wasn't far away.
And Magnus missed a dot on double 8 to break the serve on a 94. So Kim had 48 left. 16 for double 16.
Well, Goodmanson left himself with 30. Halley left himself with 2. Halley bust his score. Goodmanson needs double 5. And Karras needs double 8.
Nerves at the moment.
It is Peter Goodmanson who has scored 10 in 2 darts to win 6-5 over Halley, over a player he knows well. That would have been fantastic.
And we're seeing a very tight game here also. I'm watching at TV.connect on my cell phone at the moment, Madars against Roland. And it's a great game at the moment. 256 on Madars, 281 on Roland. But Madars have the serves, of course. He's the favorite in that leg. But jump in if you want to see that action. 140 for Madars, leaving on 116. So let's see if we would have 3 darts or 6 darts for 116. Depends on what Roland doing here from 281.
Meanwhile, nothing can split these two except for a leg in favour of Magnus Karras. Magnus, the runner-up of this afternoon's Euro Tour event number 9.
And Madar Chica 116, 15 dart, win the game against Roland. Great game between both of them. And Robbie, we also have to thank actually a guy from the Netherlands. It's Patrick Bonne-Bus, and he's doing some statistics for us. And he has sent us on WhatsApp during the week, and he's actually calculating the average dart per leg. And Madar's actually the leg that you win on the Pro Tour number 9 average per dart was actually the best of them were Matthias Fredriksson.
And that's ironic because if you look at the you had the most amount of darts required.
Yep.
In Euro Tour number 2. Yet in Pro Tour number 9, he had the least amount of darts.
Yeah.
Granted, he only won 1 leg because he kept missing his doubles.
Exactly. But if you watch the weekend in Iceland so far, Maras Rasmus 15.95 is his average per leg that he wins. So almost 16 per dart, so that's very good. Patrick, you're doing a fantastic job. Thanks a lot for what you're doing because we really appreciate it. And Peter and Halle, they're on 18, so very good.
Iljanen will probably go treble 10 here. Well, he won't be going treble 10 here because the scoreboards haven't updated. Have done now. And it is slight advantage Karras. It is slight advantage Karras. Can he get another treble 20 here? It looks like it's begging to be hit. And it isn't.
And that's a perfect overkeep to follow up. I'm lucky on the deflection of the second dart. We can follow so many games during this tournament on the TV.Connect. I think that's like one of the best things that happened to darts in a long time.
I'd say so, especially when you're following the PDC tournaments as well. The champion, the PC events, it's a game changer. It really is. You can see exactly how the players are doing and can analyze the statistics from there. Excellent stuff. Excellent stuff from Magnus Karras, who gets about 1-3.
And I have to thank, well, during this weekend, we almost get 40 subscribers on YouTube. So please click in on the button, and we see and we will get more of that. Like we said, 500, and we have lottery.
Magnus Carris pins double 6 to take the 4-3 lead.
Beautiful 1-4 there from Magnus. That should be at least a 1-4 for him, because he just followed the second dart in with a third dart. 177.
It is at least a 140. It's in fact a little more.
30%, 30 points more, not percent.
Did you follow the Manchester United score this evening?
I'm a Liverpool fan, of course not.
United were 2-0 down to Newcastle at half-time. And 1-3-2.
Damn it.
Unbelievably 1-3-2. Like, genuinely unbelievable. I didn't watch it. I'll probably watch it on Match of the Day a little later. But, yeah, I mean, you know, it's thinking.
Yeah.
It's time for the manager to leave. It's thinking it's that way inclined, but that was quite unbelievable. Sanchez scored in the 90th minute.
Oh. And, well, they're standing on the website of Dart Connect, is standing that Daniel Larsson and Dennis Nilsson are warming up. I would love to see that game on the streaming board. We talked before that Maras Rasma and Dennis Nilsson are teammates in Sweden, and Daniel Larsson played in that team for many years also, before Maras came to the team, and did a fantastic job, win the Swedish team event a couple of times with the team. And so Dennis and Daniel, they know each other like nobody else, because they play so many years. Exactly. So I would love to see that game streamed, but I'm not sure it will be. Depends on.
It's not going to, I'm afraid. That's on board number 1. Our stream is board number 8.
And unlucky for Kim, that means 2 dots to check out 97. So let's see, minus 104, treble 20. Treble 20.
20. It's a nice guide. It's in.
12. Look it up. I can promise you, if Magnus would hit it, we see a little fist of celebration. And I feel so sorry so many times when you see somebody do something good and they are so happy and they can't celebrate.
Yeah. Matters Rasmus a big one for celebrating.
Yeah. And the scoreboard is, like me, sometimes it's lagging. So Kim Vidalen hit the double 10 to equalize the score to 4-4.
It's 401-501.
Exactly.
And no treble there for Kim, which gives Magnus the advantage. Magnus, by the way, could have been 5-3 up and throwing for the match.
And that's the thing, you know, you need to hit the doubles.
Well, the 2 players that are into the final 8 which are the quarterfinalists. Manos Rasmus, Darius Lavanauskas, two of the big boys.
And Kim will need a big score here. He's over 200 points after Magnus. So 140 here. So, but I think Magnus have 6 starts from 78. Kim can, of course, check out that 142. But I doubt it, to be honest. We haven't seen any really big checkouts, but we don't have any chance there either because Magnus checked out the 78, beautiful. But we haven't seen any big checkouts during the weekend.
No.
140 from Kim. I mean, I would love to see like a 161 or something, like a big checkout on the bullseye.
Any bullseye checkout gets me excited, but ideally a checkout that's 161 above and above.
Exactly. We've seen one good checkout from Magnus today, 124 on the bullseye. And beautiful back-to-back 140 from Kim. So if it continues like that, we will have a deciding leg, and Magnus will, of course, be the favorite because he have the serve. $140, $140, $140. Beautiful for Kim. Set up on 81 when it's coming back.
And that really is how it's done. And if he hits a single 19, he won't need to mess around with 12 for bullseye, but with Magnus a little further back.
$47. A big 15. 49 limit on 32. But it could be under pressure. I don't know what Magnus did there. He had 260, 220 single 19. If we would have had a single 90, it's believe on 162, but it doesn't matter now. The deciding leg, Magnus would throw first.
Yes, this is a close one, and it belongs to anyone.
And of course, Magnus is the favorite. He have the serve. But he needs a big treble. And some way squeezed in the last one, a 100. Beautiful last one for Magnus. Nice 140, 261 left. We don't know why. The scoreboard is a little slow. We don't know why. But if you're watching the TV at tv.dartconnect.com, you can see the score directly there. So Kim scored with a 134. Beautiful second minus. Can he stack another one on that? Is a 140. It's look like beautiful 140 from Magnus.
And Karras on 121. Kimberly on 267 minus these.
So 208. Magnus have 6 starts from 121. Can we see a 12 data with a beautiful 121 checkout? Troubles. I think it continues on 20.
Yeah, he's
No,
one of
he
the
changed his mind.
guys. Well, he might have blocked the treble 20 bet.
And that's in that kind 41. If Kim scored a 140 here, Liam 68 or even a 180 here, Magnus score on 80 would be a huge amount of pressure. It's look like 3 darts on a single, very, very tight darts. Let's see for Magnus. 12, 20, double 10, or 2 big 20s, 4, double 20. 25, 40 bullseye. Good miss. Imagine Kim can shake this out. Oh, treble one.
He wanted it. He meant business, but he couldn't find it.
But he pressured the shot for Magnus.
Pressure the shot for Magnus. But how many times has Magnus hit tops in his career? I'm guessing quite a few. And double 10, he's probably hit the same amount.
And bang it in.
One more there. Magnus Karras of Sweden has won this game 6-5. It was a close one. Both players played some pretty good stuff. Very similar match averages as well, 93 and 94. Magnus Karras actually averaged a little less than Kim Viljanen. But it was Karras who takes this one. Let's take you around what has been going on. As I said earlier, Rasmus and Levanauskas are through to the quarterfinals. Daniel Larsson leads Dennis Nilsson by 3 legs to nothing. Vitor Charua 1, Niels Jørgen Hansen 2. And Marco Cantele is just kicking off against Peter Rudrik Gudmundsson, who came through what looked like an absolute thriller where both players missed match darts against Vitor Charua. Vitor, of course, winning the ranking event. For October's Iceland ranking event, shall I say. And Kordecker will be playing Thoruna Arnason very, very soon.
Very good pronunciation of the names.
Thank you very much. It's what I do. Well, up next we have Harald Palsen and Ulf Seder. Ulf played 3 back-to-back streamed games this afternoon in quick succession too. He won 2 of them. He couldn't win the 3rd. Ulf and Haralda up shortly. And by the way, you're a Liverpool fan. Does Ulf remind you of Jurgen Klopp?
When you say it, a little bit actually, when you say it. I think that Ulf is more calm than Jürgen is.
Yeah. Well, is there such a thing as too much Ulf Sedder? I would suggest the answer is no.
We have seen a lot of Jan idag also and Ulf Ceder. So that's the two main players we have seen on the stage.
And we're just waiting for the fireworks to... Well, listen to the sound of the dart as Palson's dart goes in. Quite light. Well, that wasn't light. That was a clang with that first dart, nowhere near the wire. A nice little... Unlike Ulf, switched on off. Racket into the board. It was quite funny earlier because when Magnus Carris was playing in the semi-final, obviously I was doing the commentary and he needed double 16 to win, and just as he was about to throw, a pop-up came up on my screen that I couldn't get rid of, so I couldn't see double 16. So I had to judge by the reaction of Magnus.
And it was in.
It was in. Well, I mean, I can't prove that it was in.
No.
My best guess is that it was. Oh, for 113 when it's back.
Now
Good.
13 for double 20.
He will be back. You needn't worry. And
There it is.
First leg of the game. Well, two trebles there. Only one. The treble 20.
I remember a game I played a couple of years ago here in Stockholm, just a local cup. I started the game with 7 trebles in a row.
All treble ones.
All 7. So when I hit the 7, I was like, should I go for treble 2 or something to leave a backward double 9? A treble 9 for $9. It was like...
It's always quite exciting when you see someone hit 3 treble ones. Whitlock did it in Lakeside years ago. It's been done a little more recently. Larry Butler did it in Lakeside a few years ago.
Yep.
And I remember Chris Mason was playing very recently, well, a couple of years ago, in some sort of exhibition, charity, whatever match. I think it was Mason. He hit 2 in the treble 1. He thought, shall I go for it? Yeah, may as well. 9 score.
Okay, why not?
Why not, indeed? Yeah, so waiting for the kick start in this game. Averages of 75 and 52. So Harold will need to improve that if he is going to start winning legs in the game. And Ulf, we know he can do a little better than what he's doing now.
We see Daniel Larsson beat Dennis Nilsson 6-1 and made his way to the quarterfinals. And like we see, that part of the bracket is just crazy. So for the quarterfinals on the top rank, we will have Maras Rasma against Dan Larsson, Magnus Carries against the winner of Marco Kantele and Peter Gudmundsson. So, very tough games.
Marco Kantele is 5-0 up
against
Peter Gudmundsson, so we can assume it may well be him.
So, I mean, the quarterfinal is like it's like a final.
Darius playing the winner of Vitor and Niels Jorgen Hansen. Vitor trails, but only 3-4. So if Vitor can find another leg, it really is game on. Vitor 286 points against Jorgen's 307. I'll be keeping an eye on that one. Meanwhile, Bull would have left tops for Rolf. When you've got 2 darts in hand, I'm not always convinced that Bull is the best option unless your opponent isn't on a finish. Palsen is. Treble 19 will be the first target. That's it, the 9, so 80 left. So everyone wants to go. Treble 18, perhaps? Well, he went treble 20 for double 10. Anyway, over this, it's not in doubt. Double top. Double top. No, and Haraldur Palsen is gifted 2 darts at tops if he chooses to accept them. And only needs the 1 to level things up.
That's always a good feel. When you have like 55, 56, something like that, you hit that big single and directly after hit a double. No pitch posh, just banging in.
Vitor and Jorgen Hansen. Niels Jorgen Hansen. It is 107 apiece. 3-4 in favour of Niels, who is throwing. Nice treble 20 there. Last dart.
Do we want the people singing? My girlfriend has entered the room. I just want to ask her, what do you want? I want to sing, so go on. And now she's saying no.
Oh, I was excited for a little musical interlude there.
Yeah, why not? And she just go out of the room.
Okay, then.
Stage fright.
It is a PDC event, so she can't sing the da, 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 da.
Exactly. Oh, yes. White stripes.
We shouldn't see. Well, he's switched nicely. Back upstairs. 18s will do. Didn't want to get 100, so that wouldn't have left a finish.
That's perfectly how you use the board.
Will he go for it if he gets 2 trebles? I mean, Palsen's far enough back.
Benny Sherp, where's Matti? I don't think he was participating in this tournament. But I think he was participating tomorrow in the PDC MB tournament.
Ulf should be back, will be back rather, for treble 15 for tops.
Actually, I would prefer the bull route here. He's so much ahead. Bullseye. And then big 20 in tops, but...
Treble 10. Single 20.
Big 20.
Double 10. Taking a step back. And he gets it. Takes the lead once again. Vitor won a leg, and Niels also won a leg. It is 5-4 to Niels. Niels with the darts, but can only start with a 45. So perhaps Vitor can get something a little bigger. Well, Christopher.
That's me.
Vitor Charrua hit a 7 with 3 darts.
And when you're 5-4 down and your opponent do 45, you want at least a 97 or something like that, not a 7.
Even if it's 60, it's not ideal, but it's okay. But 7,
Exactly.
probably 5-1-1.
And then Jürgen bang a 140 and Vito hit 100. So Jürgen hit 185 with his first 6 start and Vito hit 107. And like you said, not ideal.
Not ideal. And could this be the last leg that Vito plays in the ET qualifiers? I hope not, as it is lovely to see Icelander well. But let's see how it pans out, as Ulf could really do with banging in a treble here. Well, I thought those 2 darts looked like they may be inviting for the treble, but perhaps not.
No, because he starts laying in the ball like this. It's a 2 blockers for him. And unfortunately, not looking so good for Vito because Jürgen bagging 145 to leave him on 76. And Vito is currently on 359. And Ulf bagging a beautiful 99 leaves him on 164. So Jürgen have at least 6 starts from 76 to beat Vitor in the top 16.
And another Icelander also looking like he may have gone begging, as Kordecker leads Runa Thor Arvidsson 4-1.
And Jürgen check out 76 on 3 darts.
So it's just 2 remaining before we have our quarterfinal lineup.
Exactly. It's this game and Kor against Runar. And in that game, like you said, Robbie, Kor is currently 5-0 up right now. He just checked out 3 darts.
So I can confirm that the last 2 Icelanders standing are Haraldar Palsson, the man throwing now, and Runar Thor Arvidsson. It looks like Runar will be knocked out imminently by Kordecker as he does trail 5-1, which would make Haraldar Palsson the last standing Icelander.
And I would like, because we're on Iceland, of course we want to see so many Icelandic as possible, and of course going far in this tournament.
Well, started with a nice ton 40. But cannot follow up for the treble. Lucky for him, Palsson only scored 30 with his opening visit. And that's a maximum for Ulf Seder, who is really stamping his foot on this game now.
Levy's on 124.
And when he throws darts like that, he's more than capable of throwing in a 1-2-4.
But when he hits single one, then it's pretty tough.
Becomes a little more difficult. And would you look at that? 2 double tops. A double to put Palsen in trouble from Ulf Seder, who gets an 80, who checks out 100 with 20 tops in some style too. Unfortunately, the crowd aren't going crazy, but the reason for that is there isn't one.
Exactly, and you're not allowed to celebrate. You can celebrate, but you have to do it silently. So even if you hit a 9 data, you can't scream or do anything because you will be fined.
However, if you do watch any of the Players' Championship events on the live PDC.TV streams, Peter Hudson hit one last week, and we did hear quite a bit of applause.
Right.
So as long as it's dampened and respectful and relatively quiet, I think it's okay.
Yeah. I mean, if you do a 9 dart and you say, yes, I don't think people get mad at you.
Mm. I was lucky enough to go to one of the floor events, one of the PCs a couple of years ago.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was honestly one of the best days ever.
Awesome. I would love to go to, because Dennis Nilsson told me if I want to go, I can go and go backstage. Maros Rasmus said the same. So if I have the opportunity to go, I would love to.
You should. Take me with you. It was so much fun.
Yeah, I will guarantee go to the UK Open next year, 100%. I would say to my family, because I turned 30 in January, I'm old. I would say to them, I'll do whatever you want. Just give me a ticket to the UK Open. Because I said to Dennis, I would love to go. And I say, yeah, if you follow, I will give you a wristband and you can go backstage.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Could you get 2?
You have 2 wristbands, but I don't know if he have 2 every separate day or he just can give 2. Because I know when we were at Lakeside, he gave 2 new every day.
That's good.
So I will go the next year, hopefully. Depends on what my family says. It would be the dream come true. And I think we will see a great quarterfinal also here. I don't know if it will be streamed, because I think it will be. No, I don't actually know. I hope it will be, because it will be a great game. It's Magnus or Marco, or another great game is Madars against Daniel. And that's the top. On the bottom, we see in the quarterfinals, I would guess that Ulf will win this game. And then he play against Kordecker. And in the other quarterfinal, we see Darius against Niels Jørgen Hansen.
Lovely darts from Ulf.
110. Beautiful shot.
Utilised from the bullseye and utilised from the tops to his advantage. And is now just 1 leg away from winning through this one. Karis and Cantele have started. No score as of yet. Lewandowski and Jørgen Hansen warming up. And remember, we are in the last game to decide who are quarterfinalists.
Exactly. And I would love to see a game between Daniel and Mothers. Two players in form. It will be a fast game because they're not slow-paced players, and they will bang that treble.
Marco Cantellet hits the highest average of the round. And the second highest average was for Kim Viljanen, who didn't win.
And that's crazy. When you have an average of almost 94 and don't win, then you know it's a great game. And we see, I think we're seeing the highest average for yesterday. Someone have over 100. And won his game, of course. See if I can find it.
And Haralder is still giving it a go.
Yes, Daniel Larson had an average of 100.9 against Jan McIntosh today. And he did 13, 14, 15, 16, 11, and 17.
Wow.
Great for Daniel. And Jan took his leg in 18 darts. And that 11 darter, we saw that he missed. So it could be a 10 darter. So we see Haralder have 3 darts here on 32. We will actually have 6 darts because I don't think it's that score over 70.
And double 4 is what Hansen hits to grab another leg in this one. He is still in it, and that was a break of throw as well. But Ulf now looking to close this one out. And that was a break of throw as well. And that was a pretty tasty visit for Ulf Sedder.
A beautiful 180.
Tastiest visit of them all.
But that's not tasty from Haralder, just 11. So let's see another big score here from... I would love to see a back-to-back 180. Of course, we'd love to see that. But I would love to see some just banging in and go up there and take that 141 for grabs.
Well, we'll want to follow it up. It has done so in some style. And this would be some way to win the match.
Always great to see a big checkout. And the biggest of it all.
It won't be done, but he might leave something useful. And that was a nice start, and it may be the last for Palsson, as we see a 25. Oh, well, we're for treble 11. Left. 13 left.
13 left. Should be 10 left.
He went 33 for 32.
Exactly. Hit treble 4. Should be, exactly. It's 10 left. And I think it's really miscounting there.
Yeah, you never want to leave yourself on double five. But he has left himself on double five, and if he can hit it, that will be the game.
I don't think it's K. It's just a double.
Well, we'll probably be back, but this is Iceland's best hope. And it's not going to go.
And there it is.
That has gone. And Ulster through to the quarters. Just to clarify then, those through to the quarters. Ulster, as we've seen here. Maras Rasmus, Daniel Larsson, Magnus Karris, Marco Kantele, Darius Labanauskas, Niels Jorgen Hansen, and Kåre Dekker. If we bring... Well, we have actually got two quarterfinals taking place as we speak. Darius Labanauskas, Niels Jorgen Hansen have just started, so they have to score. Magnus Karris, Marco Kantele, one leg apiece.
And now I'm happy because this... Stay tuned for this because this is going to be spectacular. If Smadars against Daniel Larsson, this will be a great game. So, sit down in your chair, put up some popcorn, take some good drink, and enjoy this game because it's going to be a good one. So we see that it looks like Mars will go first for the bull, and it's a 25 That's also 25. Back 25s again. And when you play this kind of level, it's very, very important to have a serve because it's not that easy, we say, to break either Mother's or Daniel's serve. You see 6 25s in a row.
No one wants to start.
Yeah, I remember this a couple of years ago. Phil Taylor against Paul Nicholson. I think they had like 12 green bulls or something like that in a row.
I remember when Justin Pike played Mervyn King.
Yeah.
And it was the same thing. Mervyn King ended up just chucking the dart.
Like, I don't give. Just start the game. And we see here that Daniel won the bull. And I'll tell you, this will be a cracker.
And we're very lucky to have this as our streaming game. And as Rasmus started off slowly, as you can see.
Daniel hit a 140. Must need to be better. And like you said, Robbie, what you can do, I can do better. And you asked me to say that in Swedish. And that is, allt du kan göra, kan jag göra bättre.
And here he gets a 1080 of his own. But hold the... Oh. Well, I think this is going to be quite a good game.
Yeah. I will not be surprised if both these players would have over 100 in average. And treble 11 for Daniel.
Come on.
I got treble 15. We saw him earlier this week when he had 61 after 8 darts. He went for treble 11. And that's a smarter, I would say. 220, 2009. Go for the bull. We see Alan Norris that a couple of times also. And there it is. First leg.
There he has it. Well, that was a rather scrumptious first leg. Only these small averages of 157 and 103.
Yeah. All that 12 data. 2 180s in the first leg.
And a 140.
Yeah. And if you want to see the score, because it's something with the stream, we don't really show what it is with the scoreboard. If you have the opportunity to have 2 screens, use one to the game and one on Dart Connect. That's what I'm doing right now. So I'm watching the score on the cell phone and I'm watching the game on my iPad. So if you have the opportunity to do that, it's much easier for you.
You don't need to watch the scores. You know the scores.
Yeah, of course, I know the scores, but sometimes you miss where the dart is.
However, you're not going to miss where these ones are. Oh,
And we
boy.
have the third one.
Rasmus is on fire. And that is bad for Larson himself.
137 leaves him on 144 after 12. Matters on 50 after 12.
18 or 10 or 11.
39. 32. And banging it. 15 data. So we see 12 and 15. Good standard so far.
Well, that was 3 loose darts, not where Daniel wanted them. And is this going to go punished? Of course it is. Of course it is. And nearly saw 180 number 4.
It was only a 140, unfortunately, for Mothers.
It's pretty poor, really.
Yeah. I mean, when you can say the 140 is poor, you know the standard is very good so far.
I know. I was saying earlier on the afternoon stream that I never thought I'd be saying 100 isn't enough on Live Darts Iceland.
And that's a good one for Dan. Can I follow with another one? 137, beautiful. Could be another one. 140.
Well, I was about to say never in doubt, but
This should be a 140 at least for Dan. It's perfect first one. Should just hit the barrel. 100. Leave him on the biggest checkout of the all. 170. But it should be under pressure.
well,
really
not
that
as much pressure as he would have wanted.
And then he'll need a big treble. And it hits a big treble. And a big 17. It's 57 left. Whoa!
We've seen that a couple of times today.
111 scored. Leaves him on 23. So let's see Daniel here for 70.
52, 40.
I'm not sure if it's in or not.
I think it's gone north of the tops.
Yeah, I think that too. Double 4.
Well, it's Larson who gets another shot, and when you gift Larson,
He will not miss that one.
Larson takes them.
Mahrez can't be happy with that. 57, hit a double 17. And when he had the chance, missed 2 darts. And that's not good when he had the chance. I mean, if you look at the average so far, Mahrez average about 16 to win a leg, and Daniel almost 17. So they're pretty even. And if you look from the Pro Tour earlier this day, yeah, Mahrez have an average of like 15.5 darts, and Daniel 15.8. So they're very even, both of these players. That should be a beautiful 130, leaving on 80 when it's coming back. Another big 20.
Well, he's going for 2 tops there, I think.
Leaves it on 40 though when it's coming back, if Daniel will not check out 142. Should continue on that one. That's a perfect first one. If I would be Daniel, I should have continued. Like you see, you're banging in the second.
Yeah.
That's a perfect. I don't understand why he changed. Doesn't matter if you leave yourself on 40 or 22. Just give yourself a chance at a double. And now we see something that we haven't seen yesterday or today. The doubles is deserting.
This is uncharted territory, and Daniel is good at hitting these. Madhouse.
Madhouse. Beautiful last one from Daniel.
Wait, yeah, last started out. Never an easy task.
And because Daniel won the bull, and he broke Mother's serve now, Mother's need to break the serve twice.
Well, Rasmus qualified for European Tour number 1.
And you see when Daniel started with a 45, Mother's don't really want to answer with 28. We have a problem with the scoring because I don't think that the marker saw what Mother's was throwing.
And Matty, the technician, comes in.
And Mother's last score was 60, I'm pretty sure about. This could be a good break for Mother's because it's 3-1 down.
So then, Daniel Larsson.
Big 16.
Well,
24. Leads in on 77 if it's coming back. Then I have double 12 for a 4-1 lead.
To be 4-1 up. Clear daylight between these two. Rasmus, who's been relentless over the past couple of days. Is showing signs of fallibility.
Shall we see another one from Daniel? It was a 140, but beautiful one.
And no trebles there for Madars.
And if you look at the body language from others, it's not look the best.
Well, I think I've said it before. I'll say it again. I think when Matters is playing well, he'll continue to play well. He's a confidence sort of player.
But when he starts to miss, he starts just to hit singles. He needs to hit the trebles like that.
See, hit one. All three will probably be in here. All two of them. That's okay.
Yeah, 140 with pressure. He's on 111. Daniel on 101. So it's a pressure shot.
19s. 15s it was supposed to be.
Leaves in on 40 if it's coming back. 111 for Mothers.
And if this first dart goes in, these next two will be very quick. And so will this one.
Oh, unlucky.
It was unlucky. It was just shy of tops. So, to put Rasmus back against the wall. Double 10, and he's got it. And you can't hear any celebrations from Christopher just yet, because it is not yet over. But it is nearly over.
Exactly. 5-1. You need to take 5 legs on the spin.
Larson throwing first as well. He's in the treble 20. Oh, Daniel.
Oh, beautiful start, Daniel.
Daniel. Matt's going to need to follow it up. And you can see the disappointment in Matt's. And, well, Daniel's...
Can Daniel follow up?
Oh, even if it's only 100, that's okay. 240 with 6 darts.
So good darts. $91 leaves in on 130.
Wow, that last dart.
They have given up.
He effectively had, and this is for a 12 darter. Won't be done now.
Beautiful last one for that. 94 leave on 36 when he come back.
36 for a 13 darter. Oh, it's a good last dart. Very good last dart.
Beautiful. Unfortunately, I think for Maris was his last one.
Quite possibly. Double 18. And I didn't expect this one. Maybe you did, but Daniel Larson has beaten Matters Rasmus 6-1. And Rasmus will not be featuring in Euro Tour number 3.
But he's qualified for one and won one of the PDC MB tournaments, so I don't think he's so sad. Of course, he said he lost this game, and we have to follow this game also. Magnus carries against Marco Cantele. The score is right now 5-4 to Magnus, and Magnus had to open up 100, and Marco have done 140. So this could be also a very interesting semi-final.
It is Larson and Labanauskas through to the quarterfinals. Magnus Carrick just one away from his spot.
Yeah, and if Magnus will beat Marco, we're 100% sure we will have one Swede in the final, because it will be Daniel against Magnus.
6.
Ja, ska jag hålla den där? Ska jag ställa mig här? Hur långt är det kvar då?
Vill du ha ärligt svar? Vill du ha ett glatt svar?
Du är ärligt svar.
För länge.
Jag ser till att jag fyller på det ifall det blir sexigt.
Men förhoppningsvis så vi är kvaltävling mot just där vi kollar på Dennis sagt. Och för oss vinner Magnus och Marco här nu. Då är det Magnus mot Danny i semifinal.
Det var en tant med katt. En katt på bilen som gillade din bild. Det.
Jag vet inte.
Det var en katt. Jag tror det var en katt på bilen. Vad ska man inte göra?
Är du klar eller?
Jag gör resten av det.
Hon gick i ADHD-gruppen. I nappen.
Det var kul. Oj, vilken fin bild. Här är det. Här är de. Du var glad. Han känner igen. Han har varit med på bilden.
Men det är så. Nej, jättetrevligt.
Är det hon då eller?
Det är rätt.
Men varför har hon en sån här fin bil för?
Det är vilket?
Vad var hon? I USA eller?
Nej, hon är Sverige.
Håller hon på med konst eller någonting?
Ja, det vet jag nog inte svar på.
Har hon kontakt med henne?
Nej, ja, men vi går review en gång per år.
Det är så lite kul jag bilder.
Då är hon med.
Trevligt.
Hon är jättetrevlig.
Det är också fin bild. Hon är amerikaner. Är de amerikaner?
Verkar som det.
Det är mycket kul. Vad är hon då? Vet du?
Ingen aning.
Nej, hon uppdaterade på Facebook. Jag jobbar jag.
Ja.
Hon börjar kolla på amerikansk och massor så här efter bilder.
Jo.
Men hon talar på det inte på Facebook.
Inte vad jag tänkt på.
Det är ju som att hon bara kontaktar. Jag tänkte bara berätta om vi ses nu. Ja, idag.
Ja, jag kommer ihåg. Alltså hon jobbade ju med så här, jobbade ju som det där roadie, så håller på med ljud och sådär. Det är ju hon jobbar med.
Men det var kul. Jag tror hon känner Tommy, för det har Tommy gjort. Eller gör det.
Älskling, orkar du klämma? Nej, inte där.
Hur många barn är i den där gruppen?
Oj, det var nog flera hundra barn genom åren jag med.
Men alltså vad var det inte på skolan alltså? Det var någon annan?
Nej, det var en organisation för barn med bokstavsdiagnoser.
Ja, men som typ ADHD-center. De anordnar jättemycket aktiviteter.
Ja. Så vi hade ju allt från Asperger, ADHD, DAMP, ADD. Alla bokstavskombinationer du egentligen kunde komma på.
Inget som heter DAMP. Man tog bort.
Ja, men ja, vi ska gå igenom det. Inte på två ben! Ja. Vi kan gå igenom diskussionen. Jag säger ytterligare en gång. På min tid så fick du diagnos som DAMP. Du kan inte få den som diagnos idag. Så det var ADD, DAMP, Asperger, ADHD. Tyvärr så har de bara Asperger idag i den organisationen.
De har kommit så långt med de här nya medicinerna. Jag läste faktiskt. Att det har blivit jäkligt bra. Det var ju liksom... Jag tror att när du började äta med de mindre säkert så är det stor skillnad mot idag. Och de går framåt och forskar. Det är skitbra. Det är därför fler får diagnoser. För att de kommer så mycket längre från än det du har gjort.
Vad säger du?
Det är typ minimum brain damage. Det är big brain damage.
Ja.
Och det är huge brain damage.
Typ så. Ja, tyst. Batteri.
Går det som att prata om det?
Nej.
Jag måste se till så att jag sparar att jag läser. De lägger sig vid 12:30.
Jag går ut alldeles strax. Mm. Mm. Awesome. So it's time for the first semi-final, and this will be a good one. I mean, I know both these players very well when it comes to the dartboard. Magnus being one of Sweden's best players for 30 years, and that'll be in the Swedish national team for over 10 years in a row. So these are two very talented players, both of them. And we know Magnus has played on the PDC circuit for a couple of years, and I'm a little bit sad that Daniel haven't given it a try to play on the pro to go to the Q school. But hopefully, maybe after success like he did, he will do it next year. And luckily for me, as a Swede, we see a Swede in the final, because the winner here goes to the final.
sorry for the noises when it comes to the microphone. I have to change the room. That's why. So I have to move my devices. Back to follow the semifinal with you, everybody. And Robbie will be back with us very soon, I know. So double 20 for Daniel. Should be a decent marker. Yeah, hit the bell. Double 20, 1-0. Let's see if Daniel can kick it off with a beautiful 180 here off this broke Magnus. A beautiful 180, sir. I've said it so many times before. If you hit a big score of like 180 there, you need to follow up with at least a treble. Because if your opponent does 140, 100, you're pretty even. But shall we see Dan banging another 180? No, 137. Beautiful score anyway. So let's see if Daniel can bang in another double 20. Exactly as the same as last time. Better market now. But he will come back for double 20. Let's see what Magnus can do here for 222 if he can pressure the shot of 40 for Daniel. Half a mark for Daniel. Just hit the barrel. Just hit the barrel. And there it is. 2-0 to Daniel. Beautiful 140 for Magnus, leaving him on 96. If Dan can hit 140, 180, something like that, he will pressure the shots for Magnus, but this will not be pressured. So man shall go treble 10 or bullseye, treble 10 for double 18, and equalizer of 2-2, leaving on 18 when he's coming back. Let's see how pressured he will be. Then I have 191 left. So let's see if Daniel can check out his 133, treble 20, treble 19, double 8. So going up. Beautiful setup, 93 scored. And banging in 2-2. Very important late there for Magnus. A beautiful 140 there from Magnus.
Well, there's a lot of Swedes here, so I thought a Brit would join in.
Welcome back, Robbie.
What have I missed?
Not much, really. We see a very much back and forward game. Daniel 2 a 2-0 lead, and Magnus back to 2-2.
You should have said, oh, Robbie, you've missed 4 9-darters.
Yeah, exactly. You missed a 9-darter with a bounce.
An 8-darter.
Exactly. Imagine that one. I can actually say I have seen a 9-darter with a bounce out.
Adrian Lewis.
That's soft tip board.
There we have it. Well, both of our semi-finals are set. And this tournament, a little bit quicker than this morning's tournament. Double 16 for Magnus Carris. And he's not got it, but he has got the luxury of time on his side.
Yeah, Daniel would need a big score here. He has to pressure Magnus to 1-3-4 here. And now he can't leave a checkout, so Magnus will have at least 6 starts from 32.
And there it is. Magnus Carris continues his good form.
And like I say, Robert, I don't know how many games I've seen these two players play back in Stockholm. And I can say I don't see many bad games between these two players because they're just phenomenal when it comes to scoring, on doubling, setting up. We see Daniel start here this leg with 140, 140. So I would love to see this as a final. Unfortunately, just a semi-final.
It's the next best thing to a final.
Yep. And Danny bang up with 3 140s in a row. Shall we see another 11 data from Danny Larson today? Treble 19. And went for treble 15, 66, treble 10. And big 16 to leave him double 20.
That appeared to me to be, I was going to say a ton 40, but I saw it was only a ton. And Larson takes out double top with minimal of fuss. But this is a 1st to 6 game, just like all of the others. Treble 17 leaves the red bit.
Oh, great shot there from Daniel. And you need to take that kind of chances. So treble 18. And now Daniel have a great chance of breaking Magnus' serve and take the lead 4-3.
Double 8. And he cannot find it.
And he know he really need to hit that checkout.
That was important, that was. Because it would have broken a throw, as Christopher just said. Instead, 20 for tops. That one's on the floor. Well, Larson can't break, Magnus can't hold.
It's nerves.
So you've got 3 dots, a double 4. Maybe his nerves will be settled after the miss, and they certainly will. And just like that, he has broken throw and is throwing to go within 1 of the final.
Let's see if Danny can kick off with 2 big trebles. 1 big treble at least. And I don't know, when you hit the treble like that on the first one, you need to hit another one because it's a perfect marker. And now, Magnus have taken darts in this leg. He started with a 140, and then he started one with an 80 and a 60. So now you can say Magnus have reserve in his leg. A beautiful 136 there from Magnus, leads him on 130. Let's see what kind of pressure he will be under after Daniel here. 120 in the board. And a beautiful 180. Very, very news for Daniel there.
And timely as well. So this really needs to go.
Let's see, bullseye or double five for Magnus. It's for the bullseye. That was low for Magnus. So let's see what Daniel. Well, 15 or 19. Total 19, 4 double 12. Very, very important darts. That should be a good marker. Unlucky for Daniel. Double 8. Beautiful shake up there for Magnus. 4-4.
Well, why did he go double 8 rather than double 16?
I think he actually goes safe.
You think?
To be honest. Yeah, to be honest. It's been a long day. Could be tired. Normally you go for 1. Beautiful 100 for Magnus. Very important. Last one. If it be a 60, they will have the same score. Does look like a 140 from Daniel. It was just 100.
Well, this is good from Karis.
That's very good from Magnus. 135 it looked like. It was actually 171.
And more big darts from Magnus. He is on a double.
So let's see if Magnus can do a 13 darter on double 6. Nobody can do a 14 darter.
And it was Larson who was threatening to go 5 up. It's now Magnus who is 5 up. And Larson has no choice but to win this leg, and that's a way to start.
A beautiful 140 there from Daniel. I think we have a deciding leg. Was the Magnus won a deciding leg against Kim Viljanen, and he won his serve. And in the next game, he played as Marco Kantele, and he won 6-5. And he broke the serve in the deciding leg. So Magnus' confidence when it comes to the deciding leg, that's many have serve or not, because he won 2 in a row. So let's see if Daniel can take out this beautiful 170. We haven't seen a big checkout today. We have seen Kim Viljanen hit out a 140.
Well, 52 leaves tops. And I think he's pulled that a little low. He has indeed. So this is for the match. Shanghai. And 119 will not be done with 2 darts. So Larsen will be back to save the match and to force a deciding leg. Daniel not usually problematic on the doubles, and no exception to the rule there. We are now 5 legs apiece. And the difference is Magnus is throwing.
And we have seen both these players banging big scores during the whole day. So let's see what Magnus can start with and what Daniel can answer with. We both know this is a very important game for both of them, because the winner go to the final and play the opponent. So if they win this game and the next win, they play in a Eurotough. That's a beautiful first one for there. Shall follow it with another bun. This could be a beautiful setup.
Yes. Treble 19 looked like it was begging to be hit. He hit it twice. And this is good stuff from Magnus Carris.
Beautiful Magnus. A 174 leaves in on 132. But let's see what Daniel can answer with. It's a 140, 180. It's a 140, 127 versus 132. So bull for first start for Magnus.
Treble 19. This could go, and he needs it. It's the bullseye. Oh,
so tight last one. So let's see Daniel now. Treble 20, treble 17, double 8. Oh, that's just unlucky for Daniel. Treble 1, 64 left. 123, leaving on 4. If he gets a chance, Magnus on 25.
2 darts here for double 8.
Almost bust his score, but now double 8 for the match. And he hits it.
He's done it. Magnus Carris reaches the final of the qualifier for Euro Tour number 3. And he would love to grace the big stage again in Germany, and is now 1 win away from doing just that. He plays the winner of Darius Labanaskus and Ulf Seder, which is coming up on the stream very shortly.
We'll see you in a little bit.
Vad är det för människa?
Gammal kollega om det var den som stod där uppe.
Det är lite så här killar klär liksom inte av sig.
After touch a good game. Want to see early to win the whole shit. Say when you guys are ready. Go for touch.
Well, two excellent players, one of which get the opportunity to face Magnus Carris in the final. All three of which, I am sure, would seriously welcome the chance to play on the big stage in Germany. And this is good from Levanauskas. This is rather good from Levanauskas. It was a 140 there. And Ulf, we've seen Ulf more than anyone else on today's stream. 3 consecutive games in the afternoon's event. At least a couple of times here. Well, Ulf has 112. That's 12 for double top. 40 remain. And he's just gone north of the wire. And Labanauskas, who has played some pretty solid stuff. And he's averaging nice in this leg as well. Another 20 for the red bits. There's Ulf that's cleaned up there. And it is game on. Well, the doubling here is obviously very crucial, and you cannot punish. Well, I'm sorry, rather what I meant was you cannot afford to miss or you will get punished. One treble there for Ulf. Labanauskas going to want to put in a big score here. Going to want his first leg on the board, level things up. And he has put in a nice score there. Not on a finish, but will be after his next visit. So it is Labanauskas that will be first to a finish. Well, Christopher has signed off for the evening. Hopefully he'll be back tomorrow. It's quite late. It's past midnight in Sweden now. It'll be good to have him on for PT number 10. Bullseye is the usual route on 82. 17 for double top. And double top is not there. It's a second double top missed, but luckily for him, Ulf isn't on a finish. Is now. So Darius to take the second leg in the game to level things up. Double 10. That's sitting very, very pretty in my opinion. And he just got the wrong side of the dart. So Ulf will be going treble 20 for the double thereof. He's got the treble. It's a good marker. Or was it a good marker? Christopher was saying about the darts laying relatively flat, so I don't know if that blocks any sort of vision. It looked like it was all right from there, but he has let Lewandowski off the hook for missing, and Lewandowski surely not going to miss again. Well, he is. And he has bust his score. It's a professional bust, in my opinion, rather than just wildly throwing a dart at the board. Hit the 10. You know, if you do come back, it will be a double 10. But he probably won't come back because that dart couldn't be any closer to the double. And that one literally couldn't be any closer because it was in. Little bit of double trouble for Darius Lewandowski. But it is Ulf Seder who does lead 2-0 and a break of throw. Two trebles, make it 2.5, 2 1/3 trebles. And Ulf could really take advantage here. Just one treble. Doesn't quite get it, but has the numerical advantage. Well, I was going to say a nice ton here for Ulf would leave him on the Shanghai. But instead he hasn't left a finish, so Lewandowski can get a nice 180 here. This would do him the world of good. And he isn't able to do it. So a few visits without a treble, but that has been rectified by Ulf, who will want to leave himself on 16. And he hasn't, but it's okay. 140 leaves him with 56. Advantage Seder, who has got 2 darts at tops. 1 dart at 10s. Well, he thought that was in for a second. May well be back. 146 is a big ask, but it is doable. And it's irrelevant now because Ulf has hit the double 10. I think Lewandowski just needs something quite big to happen. A 96 outs, a couple of ton 80s. Just something big to light the fire. When he hit a treble 20 with his first dart, but it's the darts 2 and 3, not far away from the treble 19. Just not quite there. And that was a 140. And we do wonder, will the crowd in Munich be shouting, Ulf, 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 like the German crowd have done before? Or will it be the legend poker face Magnus Carris? Or will it be Darius Lewandowski? He's certainly not out of it just yet. Ulf does need to pass the finishing line. Darius still needs 6 legs. And I cannot see this one being 6-0. I think Lewandowski is a very talented darts player. Well, I think the Nordic and Baltic order of merit really speaks for itself. as Ulf hits 2 big trebles there. A few permutations with the Pro Tour events. I'm not going to bore you too much. That's my job for tomorrow when we do hit Pro Tour 10. But all I'm saying is that the players that can mathematically qualify for the Ali Pali, remember, it's the top 2 on the order of merit for the Pro Tour. So not this event, but the Pro Tour, which will be taking place tomorrow. Darius Labanauskas, who is overwhelming favourite to finish top. Daniel Larsson and Marco Cantele. Marco Cantele can only qualify if he reaches the final. And he really needs to win it to guarantee it. Double 19 for Ulf. You split it, possibly the right thing to do. Double 16. Last chance. And he's given Darius Labanauskas the opportunity to get a leg on the board. He doesn't want to be thinking about these misses. And maybe he has been. No score. Labanauskas. Can Ulf hit the target that Darius couldn't? Well, no is the answer, but it is going to be double 4. Look at the he touches his forehead with the flight with his forehead, or his forehead with his flight, shall I say. Double 4, second dart, first dart for the double 4. It is 4-0 with a break to Ulf. I certainly wasn't expecting this. I don't think Darius was either. Maybe Ulf was. Ulf, lots and lots of experience on our streaming board. That was a ton 40 for Labanauskas. Could that ignite this leg? His scoring's been okay, averaging 74. Could do with a few more points within the scoring average. But it's been the business end of the leg that's caused some problems. And that treble 3 won't help things. Especially now. Ulf would like another. Just below that one. And exactly what he's done. A nice 140. So Darius, all 3s ideal. Stay there. Stay there. What he's thinking. He has 199 left. And that is 171 points scored. And there is an argument for Darius to start legs on this treble 19. It's not often you see darts players going for 19s first, because we practice on 20s all day, every day. However, those 3 darts looks very convincing, even with the break between darts 2 and 3. Darius will hope that he is back. Meanwhile, Ulf should start on 19s here. Treble 20 leaves tops. And it will be Darius coming back. Well, Darius will be starting on 19s here, I am certain. As a treble 19 will leave 32. It does, right. This important. Double 16. Go on, Darius. And he hasn't hit it again. Darius has missed numerous darts at the double and cannot think about the missed doubles. Must be positive if he is going to win legs. And that is 60 points scored. It is Darius throwing first. Well, you can never give up. Manchester United didn't give up at half-time this evening. Go on, get a 180 here. 140 will do. And that is a good start to get a leg on the board. I think Darius has just got to think small. His first task is to get a leg on the board. Once he's done that, he can then consider what his next task is going to be. The next task probably after that be to double his leg tally. He's in the treble again. Well, I don't know how much you could have seen of that. I mean, I've only got a certain angle that I can see. Sorry for the constant coughing, by the way. Just recovering from a sore throat. There is an argument for Darius to, I did say start on the 19s, but if the Dart 1 or Dart 2 isn't going where he wants, maybe to consider switching. His cover shooting has been rather good. As a reminder, the winner of this will be playing Magnus Carris. Forgot his name there for a second. Poker face Magnus Carris for a place in Munich. But this is good. This is very, very good. And look what he's left. A ton 80. And surely this leg, especially with Ulf, way back on 294 now. 274. 254. Many, many darts at double tops. And you rather think his drought will be over. You know what? That's okay. He's missed 3, and he's missed all 3 outside. With Ulf way back on 254, you don't want to be messing around with double 10, then double 5, then splitting and end up in the madhouse. That is okay. He didn't have to be as aggressive as he would have to be if Ulf was on 100 or 80 or whatever. So same again. So hopefully this time one will be in. Double 20. There it is. And he can finally hit a double. Double's been causing him all sorts of issues today. Well, not necessarily today. His doubles have been all right generally, but in this match, if he has been hitting the doubles, we may see a completely different scoreline. And Ulf with back-to-back ton 40s. Looking for this to be the last leg. But that is useful from Darius, who is still very much in this leg. And we've seen 1-2-1 attempted many times today. Have we seen it been hit? I think we did see one earlier on the bullseye. Darius looking to leave something, well, it's a big ask for Darius now, but it is doable. Treble 17 for Ulf. Can't hit it, so Darius will have a sniff at this 164. If the treble 20 goes in, adrenaline may start running high. Well, that I thought of that just as he was releasing the darts. That is probably the right decision. He hit 171 a couple of legs ago. And if he got the treble 19, he would have needed to stay there. So that was, yeah, it was good stuff. But this is match dart, double 8s, Ulf Seder, who has not had many issues with his doubling in this match. Labanauskas has, and he gives a smile to Ulf, who I think looks a little like Jurgen Klopp. And it is Ulf Seder who will take on poker face Magnus Carris in the final. Whoever is first to 6 legs will be playing in Euro Tour number 3. I'm very excited about this one, and I hope you are too. Ulster against Magnus Carris will be taking place in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. See you when the players are ready.
The scores weren't great. No, he was on at the end, but in the beginning his score was not there. He missed when he had to. I mean, too good. Me? Yeah, you Martin. Okay. One lane. Yeah. Maybe Darius
I think it's best we restart the stream. Because we've been for 3 hours and 40 minutes, so we only got 20 minutes.
and